find FPL content for 24-25 season. My name is Spad. Today, you're joining me for my dead night stream for Gameweek 11. Last week didn't go as great. I did a minus hit last week, and to bring Mbama in, and in the end, it was a bad mistake because if I didn't bring Mbama in, I would have played Rodgers, and Rodgers was 9 points on my bench. So instead of getting did a -4, which in the end -1 because Mbama made 1 point and 3 points. I could have made 9 points, it's still a -1, but that hurt me. So yeah. This week though, I am looking to roll my transfer on. What's going on here? No, a second. So yeah, I'm looking to roll my transfer on this week with hoping of replacing Holland next week, game week. Basically, I want him out of my team. Salah is going to be my captain. I'm not going to be looking to make any changes game week. But yeah. So FPL didn't release their what do you call it? Their price rises today for some reason. Got base thinking because the Liverpool away is hard games. I prefer Keane. Hopefully he does play and Braithwaite doesn't. If not, then hopefully Keane doesn't come off the bench and Dingy comes on for me in the end. But I'm not expecting. I don't want to return really. But yeah. A lot of things to do today. Not a lot of things, but price changes. They haven't shown the price changes yet. Nope. So a lot of people are bringing in. Oh no, start Rodgers, man, if you have to, because Master to Bruno is like, no, it's not like United are scoring free flowing goals. Like maybe let's get 1-2 goals max, maybe a penalty, and that's when Bruno might get a goal. But otherwise, I wouldn't be putting Bruno in my team personally. I'll stay away from him. You got Madison in your team. I don't even think Madison was going to even start the game personally. I'd rather have Johnson instead of Madison, but it's not good for -4. You're just banking on hopefully Madison starts, but I don't think Madison is going to start this game week. He played midweek, came off 70th minute. Let's see. Yeah, so you play 66 minutes on the weekend, on the weekday, on Thursday. Oh, man. I'll start. unless you want to keep Rodgers benched, but I don't think Rodgers is going to have a good week this week as well, especially against Liverpool. Got good defense. Probably got cheap money, so let's just go down to about 6.8. Johnson is the man that you should have. Garnacho might not even start, in my opinion. I think Rashford was going to start on the left again, and then Ahmad on the right. So then you got now Kulisevsky performing better than Madison, in my opinion. So I think he'll be starting. Not a very lot of cheap midfielders available to choose from at the moment, really, in my opinion. Yeah. I could see your team. If you join my league, it would be easy for me to look at your team. But yeah. Hopefully get some leaks, maybe. Yeah, they're not showing thingy, but let's look at the hourly change in at the moment. Solanke number one player brought in at the moment. I'm not surprised, playing Ipswich at home, but it's a one-game punt, especially when they've got City next game. Semedo got decent fixtures coming up, in my opinion. Yeah, that's a good, decent one. Just Spurs at home, a hard game. West Ham United away. Depending by then, there might be a bad team. And Bournemouth have been playing good recently. It's like they've been on quite a bit of form. Beat United Man City the other day. Got a draw against Villa. Beat Arsenal. Lost against Leicester away. So the away form ain't the best. I'm hoping Brentford do something this game week. But yeah. Son is being number one transferred in. I think his minutes are going to be managed, so he might get 60 minutes. Came off 55 minutes the other day in the Prem, I think it was. Yeah, it was in the Prem. And then I think he played yesterday, not yes, on Thursday. So he will play probably, but his minutes will be managed. So I can see a lot of people trying to go for captain for him for this game week as a 1 week punt. If you're doing a wildcard game week 12, then yeah, it's a great idea to bring him in. Otherwise, it's not a 1 game punt. And same as Johnson. Johnson, yeah, was on fire. Then he went off a bit, and then got some return in the last game. But is that going to continue? If at home you expect it to continue, it's probably the easiest game they will have at home. And if you do leak a lot of goals in, maybe because of not having Van der Ven in the Spurs lineup today, probably not today, tomorrow, will help Ipswich. Because they get them on the counter maybe, and they do have the quality to put chances away. But I expect truly the Tottenham's quality to put the game to rest. Really, Wood his price went up. I think last night. I think pretty sure it went up last night because let me see. Because it's not updating today's one anyway. But I'm pretty sure, like, okay, super side. And Burma went up to 7.9 Kunya week before. Mo Salah was already up. Yes, it would definitely went up because it was 6.5 on thingy. Best way to actually look at it would be price rise 0.2. Oh, Van der Beek went up as well. Didn't see that coming. Lewis got up. That's good. It's that probably one of the players I was looking to bring in for hired, but we'll have to see. It's gonna be international breaks, so no rash decisions early. I'm not gonna be trying to not doing. But yeah, not many price rises. So yeah. People bringing in Cunha today. I need surprised bringing Mazraoui in. Burma, Wisa, I'm not surprised by Wisa. A cheap forward, 6 million, proven over the years. Um, let's look at the transfers out of what's the hourly rate of going out. People that had dribbling is people are taking them out. Look to probably go to a 5-man midfield as probably thinking Haaland's not an option no more. And getting a 5-man midfield is probably the best route to have. People are losing faith in Calvert Lewin, no surprise there. Havertz, I don't see his price dropping today, but it says it is, but that rate is only going to be till the deadline, really, so I don't see his price dropping today. Delap, maybe, but I don't see it dropping today either. Pau Toy is probably on that list of players going to be dropping. Foden is on the axe, so I didn't expect that. Not this game week, but if you're taking out Holland, you're not going to be backing Man City to do good, are you? So I can see why that's happening as well. Surprised by Jackson. Really surprised by Jackson. Inconsistent form, yes. Yeah, but he could get a goal against Arsenal. Arsenal haven't been as defensively solid as they have been in the last season, so they can be got. And then what? Leicester away, I'd expect Chelsea to put a high number up. Villa at home, that'll be a hard game, but depending on the time when that game gets played, that could be between a Champions League big game week then as well. So yeah. Thinking about it now, like, do I need to bring in Palmer? Like, he can punish me in that game and this game. That's the problem. And Villa is a home game, so we can make a thingy. So in the long run, I don't know why people are actually taking out Jackson. Really, unless they're doing a wildcard in game week 12, I cannot see why people are taking out Jackson. Personally, but yeah, weird. see people taking out Smith Rowe. I think that's unfounded. Yeah, he blanked last game week. Oh, yeah, I think he blanked the game week before that. Actually, didn't. He got assist in the game week before that, but no bonus points. And then 2 blanks, 3 blanks really. So there were the hard games personally against Man City away and Villa at home. It's no easy game. Even Everton away, where you got the result, you expected to get something in the Brentford home game. The player that came on for him, Harry Wilson, is the one that got 2 goals in the end of the game. So yeah, that was a bit of a dagger because I actually lost my clean sheet on that game because at that point I was making, before those goals went in, I was making 12 points on Flecken as he had made 10 saves in the game. And he was getting all 3 bonus points, clean sheet. I was looking to make 12 points off him. But in the end, because he let the 1 goal in, it went down to 5 points, and the second goal made it go down to 4 points. So, yeah. Could have been a lot better for me there. And the mistake of taking out Burma, bringing in Burma, this game, last game week, for -4. I would not have benched Rodgers in the end, and that Rodgers bench probably fucked me. Maybe should have benched Smith Rowe in the end. Probably would have been better. The main reason why I had to bring in Burma because his people were just had him in the team. His ownership is so high at 43%. You need to have him in your team personally at the moment right now, especially with his price keep rising. And I missed out him when I should have bought him for 7.1 million. I missed out because I was too hesitant about doing it, which was my own mistake. But yeah. Any other price changes? Dunk Lewis. People taking Lewis out. Maybe because he's a rotation risk. He didn't start last game week, which was a pretty piss take, and he came off the bench in the end for 1 point, which didn't help. I can see why people are taking Van out, Muniz, Kafuri, Robertson. His minutes right now, he's being rotated with Timiskas, so no nailed on starter, and especially for 5.9 when he's dropped already once. I'll probably expect him to drop down to 5.8, 5.7 by the end of the next game week, 12. Haaland probably will be dropping tonight, in my opinion. Even not, I reckon his transfer will continue throughout the night as the new game week starts. So people have their free transfers and they'll maybe take him out straight away. I think I'll wait just a bit longer, let his price drop to 15.2, and when I see it being close to dropping again is where I will make my decisions on what I am going to do. That way I have a bit more information towards the next game week. As I've already lost my profit on him, if I wanted his profit, I should have sold him about a week ago. Probably should have done it in hindsight. My man's been blanking like crazy, especially for someone that cost 15 million. See Palmer dropping as he's not guaranteed to start this weekend, and it's against Arsenal. But if you already had him, why would you take him out? I'll just keep him because he is probably the one that makes Chelsea tick, and Arsenal are at the moment vulnerable. See why people are taking Ray out. Have they kept a clean sheet in ages now? Probably one of the mistakes I made, bring him in, wasted a transfer to do another transfer straight after that. So, few transfers wasted on goalkeepers by me. Indecisions. Surprisingly, people still have Jota in the teams. His price will drop again. But yeah. let's have a quick look at the actual numbers of transferred in this game week. So Wood, number one, being transferred in 638k. A lot of people ownership is 24%. I wish I had him in my team earlier, but I don't. And to bring him in this for this short time, I just don't think it's necessary. Especially the Forest, the Newcastle game at home is good, not good, but we saw what Newcastle did last game week against Arsenal, kept a clean sheet and got a 1-0 win. So they are capable of having a good defense. Because Arsenal are no thing. I know they weren't like top gear, but still, you know. And then they'll play Arsenal the game week after that, which is a hard game away. After the international break, we expect Odegaard to be fully back by then. That's another 2 weeks of recovery. And then Ipswich at home. Of course, that should be a good game for them. But then City away, United away, Villa at home, Brentford away, and Spurs at home. So that is a hard self fixtures coming up for Chris Wood. Like in the next 6-7 games. Yeah, 7 games. So 8 games. So I'll refrain from bringing him in, jumping on the bandwagon, but he could all prove us wrong and go on a Jamie Vardy special run where he just keeps on scoring no matter who's he up against. But personally, probability and past history, the goals drought will come. I don't think Forest can maintain this level of performances for long. They do have a decent squad. They have different ways of playing, but there will be times where they get undone. So yeah, I will refrain from getting Wood in this game week, even though he's the most transferred in player. Solanke, now he didn't have great stats the game before, at all, 3 games blanking, where he had 4 or 5 shots in total in the whole game. As you can see from his goal XG is absolute. Against Brighton, where they scored 2 goals, he had a 0 XG. 0. That is appalling. And then 0.8, 0.8, and then 0.02. In the last game, we could guess Villa, yes, he got 2 goals. But what people don't realise is that Spurs got the upper hand when Rodgers came off the pitch, when Emery thought he was injured and he subbed him off, and he actually wasn't injured. He was actually good enough to carry on the game. And I think bringing on Duran changed that game a bit, and that allowed Spurs to get the upper hand and win the game, personally, in my opinion. And him being able to get 2 goals and an assist and 3 bonus points where he smashed it. Ipswich is a great game at home. I expect him to get points, something in this game, because Ipswich are very open and the quality should start shining upon them. But they do have City away. Not the greatest games. Fulham at home. Another derby game. Fulham are no mugs, who have been giving everyone a solid game, in my opinion. And then you got Bournemouth away as well, who have given Arsenal, Villa, and City all solid games. And then Chelsea at home. Another London derby, and Chelsea at that probably stage more functional. They have a deeper squad, so even if they hit with a few injuries, they will have a better squad at that point. And with them playing only in Conference League, where they're playing a C team, I don't think they'll be much more fair in those games leading up. Where Spurs are playing in Europa, where they have to field a pretty strong team, and plus they don't have the players. Only Chelsea have players to play a C team in their competitions. So don't see that as an easy game. And then Southampton away, yes. Probably one of the games you expect them to win and carry on. But we don't know what happened at Southampton at that stage. They could have a new manager bounce, anything at that point. And then Liverpool at home, Forest away, who have not been easy either. So me again, I will refrain from bringing in Dominic Solanke unless you're doing a wildcard in game week 12 and you're taking a 1 game week punt. Is the only reason why I will bring in Solanke. Mo Salah, probably not the best of games to bring him in, as it's a hard game against Villa, but they got Southampton away next game week, and then City at home the week after. But then we know with Salah right now, he performs in big games, so it doesn't matter who you're really up against. He performs, he gets the goals, all the assists. He just hardly ever blanks. He had this season so far 2 blanks, one against Forest, which was a hard game, who have been a solid team this season so far in the first 10 game weeks. In Crystal Palace away, where he only played 72 minutes, got subbed off. It's the only blank in this game week, these 10 weeks. So personally, I think Salah needs to be on team. And personally, this game week, if you do not have any Spurs players, you still have Haaland in your team, I think Salah is the main man over both. Anani, great transfer in my opinion. They do have hard games though coming up right now. So did you guys people miss the bandwagon, or will Forest continue on this great run they've been on? Like, he got a goal and a clean sheet in the last game, but that was against West Ham at home. West Ham have been poor this season under the new management. So I personally would not be bringing him in myself. If you had it for that game week, loved it, make 15 points. But Newcastle at home is not going to be an easy game. Arsenal away, it's not easy. Ipswich at home, yes, they concede, but they also score goals. City, United, Villa. So another player that I would probably avoid bringing into your team. And Burmo, he blanked last game week. Great, blanked the game week before that. So it's the away games where he blanks. So the home games, we know in Burmo does most times produce the results. He has actually this season so far produced in every home game that he has played in. So Crystal Palace at home got 9 points. Southampton at home, 14 points. West Ham at home, 9 points. Wolves at home, 8 points. Ipswich at home, 15 points. So we know this player loves to get returns at home. He has got away games have been hard this season for so far. Brentford, which were Liverpool away blanked, Man City away blanked, Tottenham away he actually got a goal, so that was good, and then United away where he blanked, and then Wolves away again where he Fulham away where he blanked again. Which the away games are not easy games. The ones I've mentioned so far, all 5 games in my opinion are tough away games. So the games coming ahead should be a lot easier in the short term, in my opinion. Bournemouth at home, Everton away, and Leicester at home. I think these 3 games, sorry, you need to have him. You probably either 2 of these games, the Leicester at home and Bournemouth home, he needs to get a return. But after that, I think maybe it'd be time to move on from the Brentford player in game week maybe 14. Villa away, as we've seen, he doesn't get returns in away games. And then Newcastle home is not going to be easy game. Chelsea away is not going to be easy game. Forest at home could get maybe a goal, but not going to be an easy game either. And then you've got Brighton away and Arsenal at home. So I just think the fixture run, they did have, I think people expected more in the Fulham game. But yeah, maybe that was a mistake by me, because if he blanks this game week as well, then bringing in Burma in at the price that I brought him in is going to be a mistake. Jumping on the bandwagon a bit too late. But yeah. Then we got Semedo. A lot of people already owned him, had him on the bench. But now, probably with the hard games out of the way, where they did get results, and he got 10 points against City, where a lot of people probably bench Semedo thinking that Semedo's not going to get a return. He got his 10 points, and yeah, did a lot of people proud. But now Brentford away is not going to be easy. Brighton at home is a good game for them. Wolves away, the way Wolves are playing, I expect Bournemouth to do something. Then Spurs at home, as they've shown, they can play against the big teams at home. Ipswich away, another game where they expect points, and West Ham at home. Another good game in my opinion. So Sevilla actually has a great run of fixtures coming up. Then we got Isak, who at the start of the season we were all raving about and all had them in our wildcard teams. Not in our wildcard team, in our game week 1 teams. I had him myself. I fell for the hype on the YouTube content creators who all more or less backed Isak. Some people kept it for longer, some people didn't. I took him out pretty short early. I'm pretty for week 4 or 5. Like I just couldn't wait for him to get the hell out of my team. But in the recent form against two teams that you expect him not to get points in, against Chelsea and Arsenal, he was able to get a goal. 3 bonus points in the Arsenal game where they won 1-0. And now I think they've got some good games coming up and some okay games. Now the Forest away is a game normally in paper at the start of the season you'd be thinking yes, great points, but with the fixtures and the way Forest have been playing, I think I'll keep not with the best of games to bring him in basically. But West Ham at home, Crystal Palace away, 2 good games, and Liverpool at home. Not the best of games. Brentford away, Leicester at home, Ipswich away, good games in my opinion. So could be a possibility of a Haaland replacement next game week. But we'll see what his injury thing is. Now my phone don't connect to my laptop no more, so I'm using my webcam on my laptop at the moment. So till I sort that out, then I'll have it back as normal. Yeah. So, but hopefully I will have it sorted out soon. Need to be done. Cunha is someone who I put in last game week. He got an assist, hoping he gets a better return this game week with the fixtures they've got coming up now after they had some hard fixtures. I'm hoping to get some returns from Cunha this game week and the coming game weeks ahead. I think it's a great transfer to have in your team for the next 7-8 game weeks. So here's a good transfer. Should be a lot higher. His differential is 8.5% really compared to the rest. The rest are more on form basis. But if you look about Cunha, his form ain't that bad as well. He gets a return every other game week, really, man. So players with penalties, takes corners. I think he's a great choice as a striker to have in your team at the moment. I'll look at United just because I'm not sure I'm biased. But United do have 3 good fixtures list in my opinion. Leicester at home, Ipswich away, and Everton at home. So if you're playing if you got a wild card coming in next few game weeks, and you want to go for a short term punt, maybe he's your man. But personally, 1 return in the last. Okay, if you count assists as well, then okay, 5 points, and a goal in the last one, and he got the bonus points for that game. Wow, I didn't even know that. I got a red card against Tottenham. Okay, it should have been a red card, but personally, I think it should have been a red card. It got rescinded, but I thought it was a red card, personally, myself. But yeah, if you want to go for a short-term punt, then he's your man. Long-term, no. Even a short-term, I'd rather go for a different United player, personally, maybe Garnacho, but Garnacho's minutes are not guaranteed. And so the other one will be Ahmad, and his minutes are not guaranteed because we just don't know what's going to be happening with the new manager under that United are getting, that Sporting guy, the Amon guy. So right now I want to be gambling on bringing in a short-term pick like Bruno Fernandes. Guardiola, a lot of people have had him. He's scoring goals every other game and keeping clean sheets, man. Like, he made a lot of points in the initial, like, the last 5 game weeks. People that have brought him in are loving it. Like help them thingy. But with the games they got coming up, Brighton away, I think the way how open Brighton play, I don't think Guardiola will be so high up in the pitch. So he's not gonna get a attacking return that game week. So out of those 4 players, Fernando, I mean you probably mean Bruno, yeah? So I want Bruno. Johnson you could do, but he's not the focal point of Spurs' attack. Konya, yes, he could be one. They need a win, but they haven't won a game. So he can end up with just an assist or just 1 goal. You hope if you're just 1 goal and then a bonus points. But if they lose, say if they lose 2-1, he's not going to get the bonus points. So you just end up with 6 points really there. You got that in Bemo. Bournemouth at home is not an easy really game, as Bournemouth have shown in the last 3 game weeks against Man City, Villa, and Arsenal that they are capable of getting results and playing good football at the same time. So they could be maybe, and they only let in that time 2 goals, 1 against Villa and 1 against Man City. So and Bomo is a risk as well. So I think you're on a differential path. Personally, if you do not own a Haaland, you must have Salah, 1 or 2. I reckon I will go for, if you have any of those 2 players, Haaland or Salah are the ones I'll be going for, really, personally, in my opinion. Even though Salah has a harder game, yeah. That's a tough one, bro, out of those 4 players. But as a Brentford fan and a player that has personally brought in Mbeumo, I would want Mbeumo to get a good result today, personally, myself. How long have we got left? We've got 22 minutes to deadline finishes. Sells has been a keeper who has made a lot of points, really, in the last few game weeks. Kept clean sheets, but I don't see that continuing. With, like we said about Forest, they have got a lot harder games coming up. But even against the big teams, because they beat Liverpool away, it's amazing result for them. Got a draw against Chelsea, only let 1 goal in that game week. So how long can they sustain it is the big issue. But remember, they don't have midweek games. They just play 1 game a week. That could help them a lot. Saka, I can see why people bring him in. Especially when people are taking the Holland out and Palmer might not be available. You want to bring in Saka because they do need a win to turn on their that's good. You're not gonna miss today's deadline though. So people are bringing Saka because they expect Arsenal to come back on the title challenge and do something. And with maybe Odegaard returning back to fitness, he played a minute, I think, in the Champions League game. He will be in the squad today, tomorrow, I assume. And then even after that game, then they will I think you would want some Arsenal players personally, especially after the Forest home. Even the Forest home game, you expect Arsenal to win that game to stay in the hunt for the title, because Arsenal cannot drop any more points from now to at least. They just can't afford to drop points, really, in my opinion. Forest at home, West Ham away, United at home, Fulham away, Everton at home, Crystal Palace away, Ipswich at home, Brentford away, and Brighton away is probably when this is like the January. So until then, personally, in my opinion, Arsenal have to literally go the next. They can afford to draw this game, in my opinion. They can't afford to lose it, but after that, they have to win every single game up until basically January. Basically, like they have to get to all the way to Brentford away at least and get all wins, and then Brighton away, depending on how Brighton are there, that needs to be a win as well. Because then after that, they've got Spurs at home, Villa at home, which will be hard games with the Champions League sandwich in there as well at the same time. Because we do have 2 extra Champions League games, which would not confirmed out, but he's yellow, so we don't know if he's going to be playing or not. So it's a risk of bringing him in my opinion, this game week. So yeah, so I think I can see why people are going for the early gun and bringing Saka in this game week. But I would probably wait one more game week. See why people bringing Hall in, because he had that one good game week last week against Arsenal. But that's not enough to bring in a player. At 4.3 million is a nice cheap amount. But yeah. Some people are gambling with Luis Diaz. Yep, he got a hat-trick the other day in the Champions League game against Bayer Leverkusen. But rotation risk, in my opinion, yet again for him. Gakpo came off early, so I expect him to start with Nunes up top against Villa and Diaz coming off the bench again. He could start, I could be wrong, but I assume that is what is going to be played out. But yeah, he could play as the last game before the international break, so he might not think about resting players. Really, we played on Tuesday, so we got an extra day rest anyway, 3 days compared to Villa, who only got 2 days, Thursday and Friday, because they played on Wednesday, and look, play today at 8 o'clock. I thought it was going to be a Sunday game, but it is the 8 o'clock Saturday game, so he could play, but in my opinion, it's a rotation risk. As you can see, a lot of people did not bring Palmer in. A lot of people, like, his price is going to be dropping, probably most likely Palmer as well. Where is he? There you go. On the verge of dropping price. So there's another reason why I would not be looking to bring him in this game week. But yeah. Captain choices. So a lot of people, you have gone for... hold on, wait. 1 second. So we've got literally 15 minutes to go for deadline. Let me just confirm my team, pick my team, make sure. Running on my transfer, 0.3 in the bank. And yeah, hoping for the best. I can see another game week that where I can mess up, where other people are just make crazy points with the Spurs players that they have. Because if you look at the wildcard picks or the free hit picks, so the free hit team has Flecken in goal, which is a good. Like, okay, I've got one player there. Salah, I don't have Son, Saka, Johnson. I am not so convinced with Son because his miss will be managed. Wood, Solanke, and Konya. Nuri, Trent, and Guardiola. It has a solid team, but long term, I just don't think it is. Um, Long term, even AI thinks it's time for Harder to be out of your team. It needs to be Isak, Cunha, and Wood. I'm not sold on Son at the moment. Um, it's just this one game week punt. You could bring him in this, have him this game week, and then change for Palmer the next game week after that. If you've got some money left in the bank, of course. I'm not a fan of right now Gabriel with Arsenal defense, so I will not be having Arsenal defenders in my team. Nuri is probably a player that I want in my team. Instead of Dinya, that would have been a great transfer for me personally to do. I could do that now, right now, if I want to, but I have other places to work on, and I need those free transfers next week. So, yeah. Have they updated the list yet? There you go. Finally, we got updated list like 14 minutes before deadline and shit. So sales got a price rise, so you must be happy about that. Havertz dropped. Barnes, Burn Diaz. That was a waste of my transfer when I bought in Burn Diaz. I can't believe I had him in my team at one stage. Made some stupid mistakes. But it happens in the start of the game, start of the new season when you don't have a big sample data. It's more harder to choose your transfers in, especially when you're trying to fix your team from the first game 1 week. Yeah. So we've got 12 minutes to go. Is there any questions you guys need any help with? Let me know. So I see a lot of people do have Raul and Cunha in the teams. I'm just hoping not having Wood in my team doesn't cost me too much this game week. Because his ownership has been shot up to 24%, higher ownership than Watkins, and Watkins' ownership I think was at 50% at one stage, and somehow his price is still at 9 million, man. How does that make sense? Oh. Yeah, I hope Wolves win today as well. Like, I need Cunha to get some good points. Will be amazing because I think he's a differential. Yeah, he is 8.7%. So if Cunha gets a good return, need that today big time. Oh man. Oh. And plus, like yeah, people are taking Holland out of their teams right now. But one thing I realized, I think De Bruyne could be back by next game week, and Holland is just more deadlier just when De Bruyne is playing, because De Bruyne gives him chances on a plate where, for him, he can't miss. So. Well, he's still awesome, yeah? Oh, man, one sec. Um, some people are taking a double punt with Cunha and Steve Lawson. Man, I'm tired. But yeah, guys. Any help you guys need in that? Let's have a quick look at the Ballers League. I'm pretty sure I'm like low there. So, yeah, that's he is cheap. I even party too much, yeah. Oh man, don't party too much, man. I think I'll have to go for Salah captain. Like, I can't take another blank from Holland, really, man. I know Brighton now have a high line, much more open game. Where they want to bounce back after they lost 3 games in a row. But Brighton have had a week off as well. They played on Tuesday. They've had 3 days, same. I'm gonna go for Salah, man. I think it's the more safer option. 5:23 in the morning there. Fucking hell. That's mad, man. Got any other? A lot of people are probably gonna be leaving now. I'll probably have Gabriel. Reason being because he has a chance of getting attacking return more likely than Rogers because of the Set pieces that they take, like especially if like I think if it'll be a cagey game where like Arsenal try to get goals from set pieces, Gabriel is more of a threat, and if Palmer don't play, he's more likely to keep a clean sheet. So Palmer will be my man. Gabriel will be the better choice personally. Four minutes left, deadline. Yeah. If Palmer don't play, much better chance. Palmer is what makes Chelsea tick, in my opinion. And if you take Palmer out of that team, that midfield becomes just a workman-like midfield with a speed merchant in the middle. Neto is good on the left, yes. Maduiki's still got a lot to improve on, in my opinion. His final product is not the best. Like, yeah, he got the hat trick that day, and I watched those 3 goals, and I was like, it was a bit luck, you know. That's why I didn't rush to bring him in. So Chelsea without Palmer is like a huge miss. Yeah, I'm hoping as well, but there could be a chance Pep Roulette, man, with Lewis being benched. I'm hoping not. Hope he plays. And somehow keeps a clean sheet, because I probably want a clean sheet from Man City this week. I have no Brighton players, and maybe punished some people that have still Welbeck in their teams. But yeah, I don't see anyone else having any other Brighton players in the teams. That has been going down the last 2 game weeks, man. Yeah, Neto is a great player, man. I wish Lupa bought him. I'd like personally, I like to play on the right where he did play for Wolves. I'm pretty sure he played for the right on the Wolves for the Wolves, but Chelsea's playing on the left, and I would have preferred or liked Salah as a great replacement for Neto to be a great replacement for Salah. For he was quality. All right, guys, we've got 1 minute left to deadline. Thank you for joining me, man. It's all very much appreciated. Good to go. Hopefully, good game week. Get those points and go up in those ranks. So that's all we can do. Hope for the best and not for the worst. I'll see you guys next week. Not next week. 2 weeks time. Hopefully, in that time I'll sort out my setup, get a better stream going on, doing my other streams, and yeah, hopefully do more streams. I might start doing some COD stream, Black Ops 6. But let's see. See you guys next time. See ya.